Get ready for a double dose of adrenaline pumping action in July as two epic battles ignite the octagon. In the first showdown, the ferocious Alexander Volkanovski takes on the unpredictable Yair Rodriguez, and Brandon Moreno locks horns with Alexandre Pantoja in a war for flyweight supremacy. Buckle up, fight fans, because these battles are about to redefine the meaning of intensity. In the first fight, Alex Volkanovski is leaving nothing to chance ahead of what he describes as the most dangerous fight of his career against Yair Rodriguez. The featherweight title holder is flying in an 11-time Taekwondo world champion to help him prepare. Volkanovski will be making the 5th defense of his 145-pound title against one of the division's most unpredictable strikers, Rodriguez, at UFC 290 in Las Vegas. An experienced Mexican with a strong Taekwondo base, Rodriguez owns some of the most stunning highlight reel stoppages in the UFC, including a ridiculous last-second knockout of Jung Chan Sung in 2019. It is going to be a treat to watch him because Yair isn't lacking in momentum. He's better than he's ever been before and has more confidence than ever. He performed very well against Max Holloway, even though he lost the fight. He looked amazing as he showcased legitimate dangerous submission skills against Josh Emmett. However, it does seem like his overall game plan can be heavily reliant on letting some kind of crazy head kick or flying knee. His athleticism, combined with his height and reach, and his constant output of offense, could be a bit of a problem for Volkanovski to deal with. A lot of people right now are completely overlooking Yair Rodriguez. They think that Volkanovski is just going to go in there and dominate him, which can happen. We could potentially see a Frankie Edgar kind of performance against Yair. If you don't know, Frankie destroyed Yair Rodriguez and derailed the hype train when he was a big name. Frankie uses wrestling to take him to the ground and unleash a barrage of relentless ground and pound strikes. We could see a very similar thing happen here with Volkanovski, who is bigger, stronger, and more powerful, and overall a better grappler than Frankie Edgar. This was evident in his last fight with Islam Makhachev, where he was able to get good positions on Islam and escape submission attempts too. If he could do that to Islam and Ortega, I'm pretty sure he'll be able to do the same thing to Yair. However, the difference here is that Yair is not a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter. He has an active guard, but that's not where his biggest strengths lie. Sometimes planning against kicks can open you up to certain other things that wouldn't be opened up when game planning for a grappler. For instance, if Volkanovski is looking to catch the kicks, Yair can pull guard and go right into a triangle immediately, which is a different dynamic than what Volkanovski has been fighting against. So there is a level of danger here that Volkanovski has never come up against before. It's the same kind of thing that affected his striking when he fought Islam Makhachev. His striking didn't look as clean as it did when he fought Max Holloway and the Korean Zombie, because his game plan had to focus more on defending. It just tells you the intelligence level of Volkanovski in these fights. Look at what he did against the Korean Zombie with that crazy elbow out of nowhere. His ability to catch opponents with head kicks, flying knees, elbows, and spinning attacks is impressive. Even his boxing fundamentals have improved significantly, and he always possesses a threat with his submission skills too. Yair Rodriguez is undeniably one of the most dangerous opponents with lethal techniques that Volkanovski can face right now. However, on Yair Rodriguez's side, he needs to expect a fully well-rounded fighter in Volkanovski. He should anticipate wrestling, good defensive percentages, smooth transitions on the ground, phenomenal boxing, and great leg kicks. Volkanovski's leg kicks have been a crucial part of his offense, and Yair must find a way to neutralize them. Yair doesn't check kicks frequently, but he possesses the ability to lift his lead leg faster than most fighters. With his constant switching of stances, the targeting for Volkanovski's leg kicks will be different, and Yair's agility can play a significant role in countering them. Furthermore, Yair should focus on putting together combinations with kicks instead of relying solely on boxing. Engaging in short exchanges with Volkanovski could be risky, as Volkanovski excels at countering jabs and returning with his right hand. However, Yair can disrupt this pattern by meeting Volkanovski in an exchange, throwing a jab and following it up with a high kick. This unorthodox attack can catch Volkanovski off guard and potentially lead to a knockout or a significant moment in the fight. Volkanovski, known for his strategic approach, will undoubtedly have a game plan to address Yair's strengths. He will prepare for the high kicks as Yair is the most unpredictable opponent that he's faced thus far. However, despite Volkanovski's ability to formulate effective game plans, the fight remains unpredictable. Yair possesses the capability to surprise everyone and make a comeback at any moment, as he has demonstrated in the past. To bring it all together, the matchup between Alex Volkanovski and Yair Rodriguez promises to be an exciting and highly competitive fight. Volkanovski's meticulous game planning and well-rounded skill set, combined with Yair's unorthodox striking and ability to turn the tide of a fight, create an intriguing dynamic. The next fight also promises to give the same tenacity. Brandon Moreno and Alexandre Pantoja, a battle that has been brewing for 5 intense years. It's an ultimate showdown as the two-time reigning UFC flyweight champion defends his title against his old rival at UFC 290 on July 9th in the heart of Las Vegas. Brandon Moreno, the former UFC men's flyweight champion, is a force to be reckoned with. This Mexican powerhouse has captured the hearts of fans worldwide with his explosive fighting style, and his humility outside the octagon is equally impressive. But don't let his down-to-earth demeanor fool you. Moreno has overcome tremendous adversity to rise to the pinnacle of the sport, etching his name into the annals of UFC history. In July, prepare to witness the clash of titans as Moreno enters the arena, backed by his extraordinary legacy, featuring one of the most iconic trilogies in UFC's history. His epic battles against Deiveson Figueiredo have left a lasting mark on the sport, delivering exhilarating championship fights that'll forever be etched in our memories. Moreno's resilience and sheer determination have solidified his place among the greats. Yet there was a time when Moreno's future in the UFC appeared uncertain. Following a sensational debut victory over Luis Smolka in 2016, the young warrior experienced his momentum came crashing down when Sergio Pettis dominated their encounter, handing Moreno his first UFC loss. The assassin baby found himself at a crossroads, desperately in need for redemption. However, redemption would not come easy for Moreno. Andre Pantoja in a high-stakes showdown in 2018 during the Ultimate Fighter 24, although in an exhibition bout. Nonetheless, the encounter left an indelible mark on both fighters' paths. In their exhibition fight, Pantoja emerged victorious with a submission in 2016. As the number 1 seed for the show, Pantoja showcased his strengths, while Moreno, the underdog at number 16, proved his mettle by landing powerful strikes. Yet Moreno's grappling skills fell short, leaving him vulnerable to Pantoja's ground game. Their paths crossed again in 2018 as they faced off during the prelims of UFC Fight Night Maia vs. Usman. Moreno displayed a big improvement, delivering a more spirited performance. However, Pantoja's dominance remained unyielding, outshining Moreno in every aspect of the battle. Nicknamed the Cannibal, Pantoja unleashed a relentless barrage of strikes, leaving Moreno struggling to find his footing. Despite Moreno's valiant efforts, the outcome remained unchanged, with Pantoja securing the victory. The judges' unanimous decision reflected Pantoja's superiority, scoring the bout 30-26, 30-26, and 29-27 in his favor. The statistics of the match paint a clear picture. Pantoja's offensive output overshadowed Moreno's, demonstrating his well-rounded skills and tactical approach. While Moreno managed a couple of takedowns, Pantoja maintained control on the ground for an extended period, ultimately sealing his triumph. Now ESPN has Moreno ranked number 8 in its pound-for-pound MMA rankings, solidifying his status as an elite fighter. In the flyweight division, Moreno stands tall at number 1, while Pantoja occupies the 6th spot. The stakes couldn't be higher as these two warriors collide, each vying for their place in the history books. Before this fight, Moreno reigned triumphant in his last outing, recapturing the UFC flyweight title with a spectacular third-round TKO victory over Deiveson Figueiredo at UFC 283 in January. The first ever Mexican-born UFC champion has been on an unstoppable rampage, winning 2 consecutive fights and suffering only 1 loss in his last 10 battles. Moreno, at the age of 29, has tasted the bitterness of defeat but emerged stronger, and now he steps into the octagon for the pseudo-trilogy fight against Pantoja, hungry to prove his dominance once again. On the other side of the cage stands Alexandre Pantoja, a formidable Brazilian-born fighter with an unquenchable thirst for victory. Pantoja enters this contest riding a 3-fight win streak, most recently claiming a stunning first-round submission win at UFC 277 last July. With 7 wins in his last 9 outings, Pantoja has left a trail of defeated opponents. His similarities to a predator have earned him the nickname the Cannibal, showcasing his ability to dismantle adversaries with calculated precision. Pantoja's record speaks for itself, but it's his explosive finishes that truly set him apart. The Brazilian sensation finds himself tied with Joseph Benavidez for the second most finishes in UFC flyweight history. His lethal combination of striking prowess and grappling expertise makes him a dangerous adversary for anyone who steps into his path. As the date for their encounter draws near, tensions rise and anticipation reaches a fever pitch. The clash between Moreno and Pantoja represents more than a fight. It's a culmination of their shared history, their past encounters, and their unrelenting possess a burning desire to etch their names into the annals of the flyweight division. Will Brandon Moreno's indomitable spirit and refined skills allow relentless pursuit of victory to dethrone the champion? We all know when the fight happens in July, but the stage is set, the Warriors are prepared, and the energy is intense.